Hey friends, it's me, Christiana Gaudet, your Tarot Fairy Godmother. I'm so happy to see you. It's Saturday. That means it's time for the Saturday Psychic Sampler. That's where you ask specific questions and I give you a specific answer. Thank you so much for being here. Special shout out, of course, to the members and the moderators. And if you are a member of this channel, we have our monthly members only live stream coming up this Tuesday. All members welcome and only members welcome. The link is already up. It's this Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We're doing hard truths. That's going to be everything from how you deal with the difficult cards, what are hard truths about tarot, and how do you deal with the readings that give you hard truths. So, and obviously, we will do some readings. All right. So if you're a member, please plan on joining us. If you're not a member, consider becoming a member before Tuesday so you can join us. Okay, today I am using the old beat up Connolly Tarot, because I am. And it's definitely from the legacy. You can see how sort of beat up it is. This was my workhorse deck at one time. I never replaced it. A lot of workhorse decks I've gone through many, many copies of. This one in one only. Why? It's a fine deck. It is. These days, I won't purchase a deck that is just white people or just skinny white people or just skinny people. The Wiser deck is skinny people, but that's a legacy image, so I'm okay with it. But, you know, so I wouldn't purchase this deck now because every freaking character is skinny and white. And I have an issue with that. So that's why I never replaced it. But to be fair, Hanson Roberts, Spiral Tarot, also all white characters, and I did replace them many times. I will have to sit with this and wonder, why did I not replace that? And it felt too white to me. Robin Wood was the same way. Why didn't those other two decks feel the same way? I don't know. Interesting questions, but here it is. Happy to see you all. Happy to do your readings. Here we are. I will take these in the order that I see them. And we're starting with Adriana Belange. Is TT backstabbing me at work? Do you see her accepting an external offer? It's getting harder and harder to work with her. HR won't do anything about it because she's protected by my boss. Okay, so is she actively and intentionally backstabbing you? I don't think it's active and intentional. I really don't. I don't think she is actively and intentionally backstabbing you. She doesn't like you, that's true. But the reason she doesn't like you is her own insecurity. She feels like she's not equal to the task, and she thinks you know it. So that's why she's afraid of you. Now, is it true that she is protected by the boss? I mean, operationally, it does seem to be historically true, although I don't think that will last forever. Now, and I think the thing, too, with HR, I think there's something bigger there. I think HR just is HR. You know, there's larger stories there. HR doesn't do anything because HR is HR in a lot of ways. Is she going to be accepting an external offer and leaving? I think that's quite possible. I think we've talked about that before. I think it is quite possible. I don't think that she particularly is enamored of her current job. She's happy with it, but not like, oh my gosh. I mean, well, she's happy with it. She is. But not. I mean, she would leave it. She's happy with it, but she would leave it. And advice on working with her? You have to really look at, like, there's so much energy flying around here, and you're very perceptive of energy, right? And so you have to, like, in a way, not perceive the energy, because that's stuff that can't really be dealt with, and instead look for things that have a paper trail and deal with the paper trail. That's really the key. Is this situation going to get better soon? Not as soon as you would like, but ultimately, yes. All right, Lisa Harmon, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Julie, any advice for me from my grandma who passed away during COVID? I'm so sorry. And I see a question that's just come in from Ms. Kimmy, and I'll get to that in a minute. Thanks so much for being here. But I can already tell you that I'm going to have a problem with that question because I don't understand it. So I'm going to give you time to rewrite it. I will do it as is, but I can't guarantee a good reading. What does Spirit have to tell me about my soulmate? I don't understand that question. Are you asking about a current relationship? Are you asking about finding a relationship? Are you asking about a person who has passed on? Like, I really don't understand. Like, we use the word soulmate to mean so many things. What does it mean to you? So if you could give me that background, I'll be able to give you a better reading. All right, Julie, thanks for your patience. Advice for you from your grandmother who passed away in COVID. What your grandmother wants you to know, Julie, is she sees your creativity, she sees your talent, she sees how many things you're good at. And she feels like you're not really focusing on developing yourself or developing your talents the way she would like you to. She thinks you're putting your focus where it's not going to really benefit you. And so she wants you to put your focus on developing your talents. All right. Hey, Quinn Kilharius, Renata, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Next question. Lisa Harmon, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. We appreciate you. Is what happened with Thomas real or make-believe? So this is one of those questions where I don't need to know anything. I'm just going to do, is it real or is it not real? I have no idea what we're talking about, and it's better that way. All right. So, and you know, the questions like where you don't know any background and you don't know anything at all, a binary is really helpful to do those questions. Real or not real? Easy enough. Choice A or choice B? Easy enough. That's where the question does not have to have a lot of detail to get a good reading because, you know, it's a binary. Okay, so is what happened with Thomas real or make-believe? So, you know, I have to say, like on a technical level, I think we are indeed looking at make-believe, but there may be some allegorical truths there or something that is important to know in the same way that we learn from mythology. So there may be something there that is helpful, but I do think on a technical level, probably make-believe. Michelle F. And Ms. Kimmy, thank you. So when you say I've been manifesting my soulmate, my question is he close to me? If I translate that out of New Age speak, I think what you're asking is I have been doing the internal work to draw to myself a person who would be an appropriate partner, and I'm wondering if that's going to be here soon. I'm wondering if I'll meet that person soon. I think that's the question you're asking. Thank you for rephrasing. But let me know if I didn't read that right, because I'm trying not to speak New Age. Which is funny, because back in the 90s, I ran a psychic fair called Christiana's Psychic and New Age Fair. But in recent years, I have noticed that a lot of like New Age philosophy has become just as toxic as all the other toxic religions I have eschewed. So what are we going to do about that, right? All right. Teresa, Sun and Moon Tarot is inclusive. I like that deck a lot. That is a fun deck. That's the deck where the people don't have faces, right? Really interesting deck. I like the Magician from that deck a lot. All right. Michelle F., you're up next. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Can I get some insight into work? Should I be trying harder to advance my level or stay where I'm at and allow myself to focus on my own business? Yes, such an interesting thing. So, work hard to advance, which is always your nature. That's always what you want to do. But if you stay at your level and work on your business, yes, they're going to want to move you up, and it's your nature to want to move up. But Michelle, what do you really want in the long run? What you really want in the long run is not to climb this ladder as high as it can get and then retire. What you really want in the long run is for your business to be successful. So I think you stay where you are and resist promotion so you can put energy into the business so the business can ultimately be the thing and you won't need the job anymore in the long run. That's what I think. Okay, Quinn Kilharius, Renata, was S a user or was I just too giving? Oh, Julie, you're quite welcome. Thank you so much. Okay. Was S a user or am I just too giving? I think this is a nuanced thing, Renata, really. I think that S comes from a place of lack and unfair treatment, and so is like very excited and happy to receive and doesn't really understand how that energy works. And then you're giving and you don't necessarily have boundaries and don't understand that this person isn't in your energy. So I don't feel like that is, I don't think it's that, I don't think it's either of those things. I think it's both of those things, but I don't think this person is an intentional or unabashed user. I think they just don't necessarily know better. So anyone who's in a relationship with them is going to have good boundaries. Oh, Kimmy, I could do any of that. Thank you. Thank you for working with me. I really appreciate it. Because you've been so good, I'm going to do both of those questions. I appreciate you. All right. Melissa Grosso. So this is going to be fun, everyone. Pay attention. Teachable moment coming for those of you who are readers, and that's probably most of you here. Teachable moment. My good friend, Melissa Grosso, thank you for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. I have no clue what to ask for once, so you get to pick an appropriate question for me. It is Tarot Fairy Godmother's choice. So, because I know Melissa, I have so many curiosities about her, and I could absolutely pick a question for her just out of my brain. But what if we use the cards? And this is a technique. This is a technique. Oh, Rosie, yes, I'll absolutely get to you. And Renata, thanks for that. Appreciate it. Okay. So here's the technique. I want a reading, and you can do this for yourself, right? I want a reading. I'm not sure what to ask. So in this case, what should I do a reading for? Now, how am I going to put this? What topic does Melissa most need to know about at this time? Queen of Swords. So see, this is so interesting because in my own mind, just being the person I am, of course, I'm going to want to read on your love life, right? Because I just like the juice. But this is like, not the love life, the career life, the personal growth, the showing up for yourself, the being true to yourself, the being authentic. That's what you really need to know about. And so, and in fact, I'm going to take it out of career, which would, like, my first choice for you, Melissa, would have been love. Second choice would have been career. I'm going to be as true to how I see the Queen of Swords as I possibly can be. And I'm going to say for you, Melissa, today, the question is about your process to learn, know, understand, and become your most authentic self. Queen of Swords. So how are you doing on that process? And I know you well enough to know you're working on that process, right? So how are you doing on that process? Freaking awesome. You are learning to work with your ancestors, your ancestry, your living ancestors. Take from them the part that gives you your identity and your heritage and the things you really appreciate, and filter out the generational things that aren't working for you. And that's the thing you're working on, and you're learning how to do it in a way that is loving and open, rather than just, oh, I can't handle any of this. And so you are doing really, really good personal work. There. How is that? What did you all think about that? Teresa's already on it. She's like, I love that. I often don't have a question. Right? And it's not the question I would have chosen. But, you know, we'll see if Melissa's here in real time. We'll get some feedback from her and see what she thought about that. But that was a fun process. I enjoyed that very much. And I will tell you, okay, backstory on this. Question went up before I went live, and I saw the question, I laughed. IT John said, what are you laughing at? I told him, and John said, this is what you do. You pull a card to figure out what the question's going to be. That's how you do it. So that technique actually came from IT John, just so you know, who does not read tarot. But he was right. It was a really fun technique. Well, and Melissa likes it. Okay, perfect. Okay, good. And Teresa, you're up next. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. And thanks for using members-only emojis. Is it a good time to reconnect with Andrew? No, maybe not. Or maybe if you do, keep it really light. Keep it really, really light and go in with no expectations. Leslie Jones. So nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Why is C so harsh with me when I ask her about a certain topic? I don't think she sees it as being harsh. I think she sees it as just being honest. But it is a topic that she is confused about, and it's deep. This is big and heavy. Clearly, you are tapping into something deep for her, and you don't realize. Like, clearly, you're moving into a trigger. And she doesn't see it, she doesn't realize it, but there's a trigger there. And it probably has nothing to do with that topic per se, you know, in the way that triggers are. You know, your trauma could be about a tiger, but a kitty cat could re-traumatize you, right? So it's just something that is similar to or feels like, if that makes sense. Let me know. Does that make sense? Betty Flesher, thank you so much. First of all, thank you for being here and for being a member, but thank you for your very generous super chat. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Adrija, it is so great to see you here. Hope you're doing well. And I see this question. I'm like, ooh, is there new stuff going on? Ooh, I'm so excited. Okay, so how H sees you, but also how SB sees you. It's the SB I'm really interested in. You know that. And how September might be. Okay. How does H see you right now? He's a little... He likes you. He really does like you. But he sees that you're multifaceted. And he likes that you're multifaceted, but he finds it confusing. That's fair. All right, SB. How is SB seeing you? SB is unclear. There's a comfort level there. This feels very new. But look, I mean, something could be there. SB thinks that something could develop. So that's good. And good job stacking questions, right? You do it in one sentence. Well, no, you did it in 2 sentences. You did a good job. You're fine. Here, September. September could be very good for you in a lot of ways. Love and writing and, maybe even work in business because you work in technology. So September could be a good month. PL Day, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. Your job has recently changed. Will you be successful in this new role? It's different. This is very different. And the hard part, and look at all of these majors. My goodness. So it's a big deal. Like in the larger sense, when we look at this, in the larger sense, PL Day, when we look at this job, like you can do this job as well as you can do the job you were doing or any other job. This does not feel necessarily like an advancement, like, oh, we should be like so happy that this has happened. It feels a little more like for the convenience of the company than for your own development. But it does cause you to learn some new things and do things differently, which may feel scary at first. So you have to kind of be open-minded because you were in a comfort zone and now you're coming out of your comfort zone, and that never feels good. None of us like that. But take a breath and do it. Come out of the comfort zone, learn the new things, and you'll be just as successful in this job as you were at the other. But there's something about this that feels important and necessary in a way that I don't understand, in like a spiritual way. So, there it is. Jenny, nice to see you. I would like some help to better understand my current moment. I feel really lonely, but at the same time, I have 0 to no tolerance and patience for others. My therapist asked me, why do I think this is happening, but I have no answer. It's like I want to connect, but I dislike everyone, even my friends. Can you see what's going on? So I'm going to give you an answer that your therapist might not appreciate, and I will work with the cards too. But the first answer I'm going to give you is astrological, because frankly, I'm not liking anyone either. No, that's not quite true. That's not quite true. I like y'all. I do. I like y'all. But hang on, I'm going to finish this in just a minute. I just want to say thank you to Cassandra for the super sticker. Really appreciate that. Very generous, very kind. So here's the thing, Jenny. There are like 5 planets in retrograde right now, including Mercury and Venus, which makes it really hard for us to like ourselves and communicate well with other people. And it makes us feel really hurt. Like all of these retrogrades make us feel really hurt about things in the past, brings up a lot of past stuff. And so some of it is just planetary and it will pass. It will pass. This is just one of those times on the astrological calendar where there's a lot going on. And even in a few weeks, it will get better. So that's the first thing, and that's for you, Jenny, and for all of us. If you have noticed in this past little bit more problems with friendships, with relationships, with your own attitude, that's a thing. But for you, and Lisa's not very happy with Mercury retrograde right now, right? And y'all know I don't love Venus retrograde at all. But for you personally, Jenny, I think it's because you're not willing to tolerate what you used to tolerate, okay? Here's my theory. You grew up in an environment where you had no choice but to tolerate a bunch of things that, caused you to think that it's okay for people to treat people in ways that you don't like to be treated. And now you're learning that you can say no, you can draw a boundary, but you don't necessarily know how to draw boundaries. So you need to learn how to draw boundaries. And then with the friends who have been your friends, If you draw a boundary and they accept it and they say, great, got it, that friend is a friend. If they cannot accept the boundary, you may not want to be friends with them right now. So I think this is about your growth and what you're willing to accept in your life. How about that? Tell me what you think. So Teresa, thank you. So Venus goes direct September 4th, so I can finally get my freaking haircut, hallelujah. And Uranus goes retrograde on Monday. So Teresa, if you feel like it, and no shade if you don't, because I'm here to work, you don't have to work. But if you would want to share a little bit about like the specific things that we might expect with the Uranus retrograde and also the Jupiter retrograde. And tortoiseshell moon, Kathy, these planetary retrogrades in my perimenopause do not make an easy time, right? Right? Oh my gosh, yeah. So everybody be extra gentle with yourself and the people around you. Everybody. All right. And Jenny, let me know what you think about that. Maria Baresi, thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate you, appreciate your presence, appreciate your kindness, appreciate everything about you. You're renting in Chattanooga now and starting a new job this evening. Congratulations, very well done. So first of all, the new job, I mean, you are moving forward and doing what you need to do. This is great. The new job may not be great, but it's okay. Being now in Chattanooga, this is all weird, but it's good. That's what I have to say. All weird. So what do I think the near future is? Weird, but good. Expect it to be weird, but expect it to be good, and you will make friends very quickly. Gemini Sun, it is so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a moderator. We appreciate you. Is this relationship going to get better or work out, or am I always going to be unhappy with this? Which I recognize is a veiled way of saying, do I stay or do I go? And obviously the decision is yours. But when we look, I mean, I think really we have to look at this relationship, and everyone, readers, pay attention, teachable moment here. I'm going to rephrase the question if you don't mind. The question is the relationship going to get better and work out, or will I always be unhappy with it? And what I'm going to say is, what is in the relationship that is making you unhappy? Let's find out that. And I'm feeling like there's not a lot of connection. There's not a lot of passion. And there's been some hurts in the past that we're still healing from. So there's trauma in the relationship from the past. And there's not a huge amount of passion or connection right now. And we're not good with boundaries. So, is there basic compatibility here? I think there could be. Could this relationship get better and work out? I think it's possible. I think before you throw in the towel, and this is not a guarantee, I'm going to say you try these things, and if it gets better, great. Then if it doesn't get better, then you consider other things, right? So the problem is, in this relationship, one or both of you may be bringing some depression or anxiety that has nothing to do with the relationship, but gets opened up and aired out and thrown around in the relationship. So there needs to be a check for each of you in terms of your own mental health and healing from your own past, number one. Number two, there has to be open-mindedness and communication. And there has to be an understanding that there will always be ups and downs in relationships, but there also has to be clarity that we do love each other. And right now, I don't have that clarity. I'm not saying you don't, but I don't know if you do. So what you have to have and have to be able to do for this relationship to have a prayer, You both have to be able to check and take care of your own mental health. You both have to be open-minded into learning new ways to communicate with each other. And there has to be a determination that we are in love with each other. If those things exist, this relationship can work. If they don't, you might consider alternatives. Good luck. Hey, Jenny, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Next up, Morgana the Great, nice to see you. What can I expect for the month of September? Some mysteries will be solved, some truths will be revealed, some old cycles and patterns will reveal themselves. There might be some family upset, and there might be some new creative projects. So, those kinds of things. All right. Hey, Audrey M., nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. It's great to see you. The next one I see, and I'm still concerned, and thank you for coming back. I'm so happy you're here and you've joined our community. Correct me if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. Sechong? Am I doing that correctly? I'm not sure. So here it is. How can I get my financial freedom sooner? Investing in my current career or studying to get a job in the government as my parents have advised. Okay. Current career, which you seem to like. Governmental job. I'm just going to say, and no disrespect to your parents, I understand where your parents are coming from. But I think they're coming from their own concerns and their own trauma. I think you're better staying in your own job. Okay. Tortoiseshell Moon, Kathy, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Okay, this isn't my usual sort of question, but do you see a change in my finances soon? I was due to start my new job in September, which got delayed to October and now possibly November. Good lordy day. I'm so sorry. And I'm struggling. I understand. So first of all, will the job actually start? Good Lord. So here I would say, okay, so September, it could get pushed back. I don't know. I think it is a good job. I think it will happen. I think it's worth waiting for. When we look at your finances for right now, I'm going to say it is time. Okay, now that you're like, okay, it's going to be a few months for my job, let me get some temp work. It is time for you to rustle up some temporary money. Do some gig work and wait for the job because the job is good and it's worth waiting for. The fact that it's getting pushed back is concerning, but don't let it be too concerning. This is not like indicative or emblematic of how the job is going to be once it does start. All right. Mediha Ness, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. We appreciate you. What should I expect this fall? What to do? What to avoid? Okay. So as we come into a new season, and y'all notice the September events are up, we will be doing a gathering for the fall equinox. And so we'll all be asking this question then. But when we look for you specifically, what to expect for the fall, I think there's going to be choices because you can't do it all. And there's a lot of things that you want to do. And, your primary focus is going to be first on your child and second on your creativity. Those are like the important things, your kid and your creativity. But then there's also things about home and extended family, and there might be some plans for family visits. Them visiting you, you visiting them, whatever. So there might be some plans for that. There also might be some traditional holidays or things of that nature that you are going to want to observe. What to avoid in the month of September? Sadness and being a poopy pants. No poopantsery. You're allowed to feel sad. You're allowed to have grief. But remember that it's not all bad. All right. Hey, Allie Mammon, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. I need some direction in regards to my career and health. All righty. Oh my goodness, Jenny. Just wanted to share. A few weeks ago, I asked about a new opportunity job-wise. Christiana gave positive vibes about manifesting, and now I have started the project. Well done. Very good. All right. Justine, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Do you see any opportunities coming my way for a romantic partnership in 2024? What steps can I take now to manifest love in my near future? Okay, so opportunities coming your way for a romantic partnership? Absolutely. I don't know if it's going to wait till 2024. We still have almost half a year before then. But yes, and the steps you want to take to not be afraid, I feel like your biggest problem right now, Justine, is you're afraid of heartache. You're afraid of disappointment. You're afraid of all of those things. And what it is you don't trust your ability to handle the whole process. The whole process can be so hard and so ridiculous. But it's only because I'm speaking as a woman, and I'm speaking specifically as a cisgender woman, speaking to a cisgender woman who is seeking a relationship with a man. And so anyone else who is in that category, you might find this interesting. I feel like women have been trained to value the presence, participation, and attention of men above and beyond anything else. Above and beyond anything else. And in that valuation, where we then value them above ourselves, we get so invested. And so I think you might be doing a thing that a lot of women do, Justine, which is putting so much, it's a trip to see, like a first coffee date with a dude is I'm going to see God and see if he might find me acceptable. Where it should be, first coffee date with a new dude, okay, I'm going to go see if this person is worth my time or energy. See the difference there? That's the difference you want to hang on to. If you can do that, and I'm saying that to every person who's dating, if you can do that, it's going to make all the difference. Claire, nope, you are coming up. I've got Lisa Byroads next, and then you're up, Claire. Absolutely. Allie Mammon, did I not do your question? I said hey to you, and I am so sorry, Allie Mammon. Correction on the order. I'm doing Allie Mammon. I said hey to you, and then I went right to Justine. I am so sorry. I moved my screen, and I lost you. Please forgive me. Regards to health and career. Yes, we're doing you right now. Okay. Allie Mammon, regarding your career, you might have to do something you don't like in order to get into a position that you really will like. So don't be afraid to do a job that you don't like if you see a clear trajectory to the job you do like. Okay? And as regards health, I feel like you are actively trying to do some things to create better health for yourself. And you want to continue to do that. That is the right thing, but don't get OCD about it. Don't get compulsive about it. We can get so compulsive about the way we take care of ourselves that it would actually be better to eat a candy bar than to be all freaked out. You know what I'm saying? So take good care of yourself, but don't be obsessive. All right. I so apologize. Thank you for your patience, Allie Mammon. Lisa Byroads, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. I am wondering what the intentions are of an old friend that asked me on a date. One time and done, or possibly more than that. And Lisa, thanks so much for being a member and using members-only emojis. All right. The friend isn't sure of their intention. I think they're trying to avoid their own issues or loneliness or whatever. I think, and they do have a lot of issues, so I would be careful. I think that they're just trying to open a conversation and see what will happen. And I'm getting so many, like you can see the cards that are coming up here. So there is that, but it's also all of this. And so it may be that this person has a very difficult past when it comes to relationships. It may be you also, or additionally, or whatever, have a very difficult past when it comes to relationships. I'm going to say keep an open mind, but honestly, I would be less concerned about this person's intentions. And as you see where this goes, be concerned about your own intentions. I don't think this person has specific intentions. There might be, with that devil card, there could be an intention to get laid. So be aware of that. But I think we're also open-minded about what could be there. Okay, Claire C., here you are. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. I had a fun dream that I was bouncing 20 feet above the ground in a boulder-filled desert area. Wow. I love this. Was this an out-of-body experience? And how can I do it again? It was fun. We're going to play with this. This is really good. Sorry, I overscrolled. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Thanks, everyone, for your patience. Hang on. Wow, where did you go? Goodness gracious. Give me a minute. There we are. I found you. Okay, here's Claire. Bouncing 20 feet above the ground in a boulder-filled desert. Was it an out-of-body experience? It was a healing experience. I don't know if it was out-of-body or not, but one way or the other, it was healing. And it's recognizing that you can rise above. You can just bounce. You know, it's like from Winnie the Pooh, Tigger's bounce. You can just bounce. And how do you do it again? I think just ask for it. Just say you want to go back there and see where else it takes you, because this is definitely a journey of learning and healing for you. That is significant. Tarot with Caro, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. And Caro has a great channel too. If you don't subscribe to that, please do. My question is, my sublet is up October 1st. Tell me about my living situation after that. Concerning? But you'll find one. You know, you made a commitment to be light on your feet and figure it out, and you will figure it out. You absolutely will. Trust the process and trust yourself. Dr. Aled, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Yesterday you pulled the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Could you give me some insight on my finances? Okay, fair. I mean, you're okay. You're okay. It's not great. It never has been great. And you know, the thing is, you didn't go for money and you didn't go for power. You went for helping people, you know? So, you know, that's on you. If you ain't got money, that's on you. Sorry, I'm playing with you, but you know there's truth there, right? And it's interesting with these 2 sevens, one upright, one reversed. I feel like A, this is temporary. Whatever you're not liking financially is temporary. B, it doesn't say a bad thing about you. It's about where you've put your priorities, which have been appropriate. And C, this is like things will improve. There's another 7. This is all about your personal journey. And look which 7 is missing, the 7 of Swords. You're in your integrity. You will have the money you need. Finances will get better. This is a natural thing based on the fact that your priorities are not materialistic always, but it'll be okay. Bouncer into club, nice to see you. Doves have been showing up for me. Does this mean something? Well, so what do doves mean to you right now? They're a sign that you need to heal. You are attached to something. It could be depression, anxiety. It could be drugs. It could be alcohol. It could be grief and trauma from the past. It could be an unfortunate relationship. There's some kind of thinking or something you're doing you're attaching to. The doves are here to bring you peace so that you might release this and heal. So think about that. Every time you see a dove, it's like, what do I need to release? It could be a thought. It could be a way of being. It could be something big. It could be something little, but that's what they're here for. Okay, Janine Barnes, it's so nice to see you. Struggling to find home away from boyfriends as renting is so expensive. Will I get something from social housing or give in and accept a private rent? Okay, I know this is hard, man. It's like you're like here in the US, rents have gotten so bad, and you're in the UK and same, so that's like really unfortunate. You will get something from social housing. You're going to have to ask for it and you're going to have to wait, but you will get something from social housing. If you accept a private rent, I think you're going to be much better to wait for the social housing. Seriously. Karen Hendershot. Oh, goody. This makes me happy. Karen Hendershot, thanks for being a member. With everything that's been going on, I've been thinking about moving to Maryland again, and we know this is the ultimate destination. I know you tried to before and it wasn't the right time, and we were both really sad about that. But it is I'm glad it's been kept alive as an idea for you. Is this a good time? Honestly, I think the only way to know is to find out. Go see, look around and see if you can find housing. And if you can find housing, you should jump. Seriously. If you can find what you need, you should do it. Martha Vink, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Audrey M., nice to see you. Thanks for being a member. I'm glad you said visit because I'd be really sad. I mean, obviously you can go where you want to go, but I'd be sad if you were moving away. I'm struggling with the decision to go out to Arizona to visit or not. Any insight? Should you visit Arizona in the soon or not? There is a time to do it. There is a right time to do it. I'm not sure now is the time. There may be another time that would be better. Dr. Aled, thank you for that. Yes, you're right. My commitment is to dismantling. And that is what I was put here to do. Love you too, for sure. All right. Quinkle Renata, nice to see you. I have a question for Mariana. She recently started dating a boy. I pulled a card to see his energy and got scared by what I pulled out. Can you see what's up with him? Is he dating her for money? Oh my gosh. Okay. He can be stubborn. I don't think he's dating her for money. I mean, he appreciates that she seems to have some status and he admires her. I think he is truly interested in her. Are they a good match? I'm not sure. I think that he might be too insecure. He might be too jealous. He might be too possessive. There might be some things there, but I don't see a problem, with her figuring it out. I don't see a problem. I think it's fine for her to date him and see what happens. Is there any possibility that this could work out well? Probably not, but I also don't see it as dangerous. All right. Okay, Kanchan Verma, so nice to see you. I was recently in my head about one of my past friendships with a girl. I was always there for her, but she was never present for me. I had helped her many times in her projects. The calls were also from my end, only that kept the friendship alive. The only input she would give is off sending funny videos. After graduation, we separated. Still, she didn't think of me once. Why has she had such behavior toward me, though I have always been kind to her? Okay. I think she means well. I think she just doesn't know how to be reciprocal in that way. Like, I think you could be friends with her, but just do less for her. Do you know what I'm saying? I think it's just you have two different kinds of friendship languages. And if that doesn't work for you, that's fine too. You don't have to be friends with her. But I wouldn't take it personally, and I wouldn't think that she's using you. Oh, and Renata, I didn't see the last part of your question, but I feel comfortable with the way I answered it. It makes sense she's an influencer. That totally makes sense. Just the way he admires her. But I don't think that's why he's with her. But he certainly does admire it. And so do I. I mean, who wouldn't, right? Kitty Beckwith, nice to see you. I'm struggling to find out what I'm supposed to do or what I'm good at. I understand. Any suggestions or guidance? These are like my favorite kinds of questions. Okay, I would say that you might be a person who should not get caught behind a desk, that you might be better moving. I wonder if you would be good doing something, again, something that involves physical motion. Are you in the gym? Do you do yoga? Is there anything like that you're interested as far as fitness is concerned, or something physical, where you might teach or train or something of that nature? Other than that, something artistic, something creative might be good for you. And the thing is, you're looking for this thing, what is my calling? And not everyone has a calling. What is my purpose on the planet? Not everyone has that or has that sense of that. But the other thing here is, do you do this? Do you do readings? Is that a thing? Because that would work too. That would work too. So something in the a little bit offbeat, creative, physical, maybe psychic, maybe spiritual, maybe psychological, somewhere around there. Quinn, okay, good. You saw the jealousy, possessiveness too and got worried about it. Yep. Okay. And thank you everyone for your feedback. I do really appreciate it. Oh, Martha Vink, would a move for my parents to a 2-bedroom cottage, independent living, at a nearby United Methodist place. That's what my mother was going to do, in fact. Increased care available. Would be a good transitional move for him, looking at one in September. I love this. If they're okay with it, if they can do it, I mean, it's hard. But if they can do it, this feels like a really good opportunity if you can get them on board that quick. It feels like a lot just to get out of the house and all of that, but I think it's good. Okay. So, Ms. Kimmy, I'm going to do both of your questions, and I thank you for working with me. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. So you're looking for a relationship, and you're doing the spiritual work to manifest it. I assume you're doing the things out in the world to manifest it as well. What do we see here? Oh my gosh, you couldn't get a better card, Ms. Kimmy. I think you're doing a lot of the right stuff. Here's my concern. My concern is because you're being very spiritual about it, you may meet someone and be like, this is it. Yay. The reading said there was someone coming. And I've been doing the work, so here it is. Make sure you vet them because more than one person could show up and you're going to have to choose. So choose well. Okay. Liz Harrison, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. I appreciate you. My oldest son is in the process of finding a school to attend next year and has a visit scheduled in September at a college in New York. We are taking our 2 older kids as well and making it a New York City trip. Sounds like fun. But we will be leaving our youngest at home with family since he's too young. How will this trip go for all of us, including my youngest that will be staying home? Okay, so for the one who is looking at college, that's what this person is focused on and wants to make a good decision, which is great. For the family going on the trip, the New York City trip, just make sure, Liz, that you don't be the person in charge of everything. You have to make other people be in charge of things. And that's hard because, say you make someone, this is just an example because no one would pack this way. But as an example, suppose you make one of your kids in charge of making sure everyone packs their shoes. And you're going to be like, yeah, but I don't trust this person to do that. And what if we get there and don't have shoes? I really feel like you're going to have to take that risk, or you're going to be responsible for every single person's everything on the entire trip, and you don't want that. Now, for the one who's staying home, we'll be fine and we'll have a nice time too. There will not be so much a sense of being left behind because they're going to have their own adventure. So as long as you divide the labor of the trip, I think it's going to be great for everyone. Seriously. Kimmy, it's already happened. I understand. I get it. Okay, Cassandra, appreciate you so much. Thanks for being here. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Really appreciate it. Wondering mostly why my boyfriend didn't want to get married before he went on deployment. Today makes 6 years together, never been in a rush, but it would have benefited us both while he's overseas. And that's weird because usually military people get married quickly because of the benefits, because there are very specific benefits to being married in the military during a deployment. And so why did he resist that? That is really weird and concerning. I think he has a belief that marriage changes things and that marriage would cause the end of the relationship. And there may be something in his history that he uses as proof for that theory. I think he is terrified of marriage because he thinks being married breaks people up. Tell me what you think. Liz, thanks for that feedback. Appreciate it. Okay, Anne. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Will my new coaching business be successful? I think you have to think about what success means to you and what it takes and how long it's going to take. This could be very, very, very successful. Very successful. However, it's going to take time to get there, and I could also see a path where you get frustrated and give up too soon. So don't do that. DH, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. What does the universe want me to know? Not specifically a specific question, but we'll do it anyway. It's all about, where is it okay for you to compromise, and where does compromising make you feel compromised, right? Compromise is not a dirty word, but we don't want to feel compromised. And I feel like there's been a situation where you've been compromising too much. Audrey, you've been feeling now's not the time as well. And I'm not sure when the time is, but I don't think it's now. Okay. Here we go. Hang on. Angie. Angie, nice to see you. Will I make good money from selling items online? I think what you're intending to do and the way you're intending to do it could be disappointing. Obviously, it's possible to make money selling things online. People do it. Do I think there's a way that you can do this and be successful? I do. I really do. But I think the way you're planning on doing it isn't quite right yet. So I think you need to revamp your plan and then you will be successful. Okay. Rosie, nice to see you. My ex, who is a Cancer, does he miss you as much as you miss him? I think he misses having access to you. So on some level, yes, I think he does. But my clear advice would be, you know, when I quit smoking, I missed that a lot too. But I shouldn't go back to it, and didn't, obviously, and will not. Like, just because you missed something doesn't mean you should go back to it, and that's kind of what I'm thinking about here. Danielle Knapp, nice to see you. My best friend seems to be ghosting me. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Is she in trouble or upset with me? I think she's confused and going through something. Did you do something or did she perceive something that she didn't like with you? I think it's more her going through a thing. If you try to talk to her, this is a hard one. I am so sorry. I don't think it's you. I don't think she's angry at you. Will you be able to still be friends? I think so. Is it time to have a conversation? I think it is. I think what you have to do is just send her something and say, look, it feels like you're going through something. I'm here if you need me. I'm thinking about you. And if there's anything you want to say to me, I'm here for it, whatever it is. If you've already done that, then you've done all you can. But I don't, like, whatever it is, it's not you. Even if she's upset with you, I think it seems like it's her, really. She's going through a thing. That's what it comes down to. Teresa, how did you notice that how did you not notice that the characters in Sun and Moon Tarot don't have faces? How did you not notice that? That's so funny. That was like the first thing I noticed, and I'm like, ew, these people don't have faces. Ew. So, there's that. I do like the deck. I think it's a cute deck. And it's a nice, you know what else I like about it? It's a nice marriage of Waite tradition and Crowley tradition. That's the other thing that's great about that deck. Anyway, Lisa Harmon, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Oh, okay. I missed something earlier. I missed something from you. Hang on. I think. I don't know. Maybe not. Lisa Harmon. Lisa Harmon, I'm confused and troubled. Not really troubled, but confused. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Hang on. I overscrolled, then I looked for Lisa, and now I've lost, here we go. So Lisa Harmon, here's what I see, and here's all that I see, is He showed up in my mind as a distant grandfather. The upshot was that instead of having my ancestors say, I love you, have them recite the Lord's Prayer. And I'm thinking, oh, I've already read for you. You were the third one. Okay. Oh! Thank you. You can see how my brain works. This was your feedback, and that's smart feedback, and I appreciate it. Thank you for clarifying. And it's the funniest thing, and I can never tell. I might read for you in one of these and forget immediately, or we might have a phone conversation 3 weeks from now, and I'll remember the reading. And which is which, and why is why, and I do not know. It's just weird. So thank you, Lisa, and thank you for that feedback. Okay, Princess Nee, nice to see you. Have I already met the man I'll marry? Hopefully not. Hopefully you will not marry anyone around you right now. Betty Flesher, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member, and thank you for your very kind super chat. Really appreciate it. Does Pete have any messages for me? Pete sees your sadness, and Pete feels like the two of you had and will continue to have a good collaboration. And Pete appreciates that you recognized how tired he was. And so beyond that, it is a message of love and comfort. Does that make sense? Right. I don't see all the feedbacks. I have it set up so I can see feedback in real time, but I don't always because, it's a lot going on. But going back to the pulling a card to find the question technique, Teresa, I think that's fun. You did it and got the Page of Cups. You should ask a juicy question. Absolutely. Joanne Ellis, so nice to see you. Could you please ask the card about my dad? He's not well. He needs 2 operations. I'm so sorry. So the operations that he needs have a real potential to be successful. I mean, I know this is scary and anything can happen, but I actually feel good about the diagnoses and the treatment plan. I feel good about this. I think this is what he needs. And I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be good. All right, Lalimi Soni, so nice to see you. Can I please know what's hidden from me in my connection? Okay, I'm going to need you to rephrase this question. I am so sorry. I apologize, and I'm sorry I didn't see it earlier to ask you earlier. But I'm going to need you to rephrase this because, A, it involves another person. So involving another person, I'm going to want to be very careful with what I say and what I do. And what's hidden from you in connection with this person, I don't know what that means. Are you asking if this person is lying to you? Are you asking for something spiritual, like spiritual, are you asking like something spiritual, like spirits hiding information? Like who's hiding what, and how do you know something's hidden? I need to know. So if you don't mind, I'm so sorry. Please do reiterate. Okay, Maria Baresi, I did get to you. I did see your question, and I did get to you, and I can tell you that. You're going to make, I'm just going from memory, you're going to make friends quickly. I'm not so sure about the new job, but it's okay. And I'm glad you're in Chattanooga. I think this is good. I think this is good for you. But there was more detail in there, so it's probably worth a rewind. See how old I am, right? Makes you air. Michelle, thank you. I wonder if you could draw some cards for my health. I'm quite concerned about my memory. I feel like I'm forgetting more since I had COVID 2 years ago, but maybe it's anxiety around dementia because there's dementia in your family. Have you been to a neurologist? Have you like I mean, I'm terrified about that, right? Just because of what I do for a living and because I'm naturally kind of spacey, because of what I do for a living and, chicken and egg there. I go to a neurologist once a year and do the test just to make sure it's all still good up there, which it is. Anyway, that was me, not you. Let's talk about you. Okay, do you have memory loss due to COVID? Maybe a little. Do we think that because you've got this in your family that you are likely to have it yourself? It could happen or not. I mean, there's no predictor there. Is anxiety causing you to forget stuff? Oh, heck yes. Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner. Absolutely, positively, yes. That's part of it. Sure. Okay, so Teresa, going back to our conversation on planetary retrogrades, Teresa let us know that Uranus is going to join the gang and go retrograde like next week or this week or something, next week. And I asked Teresa, thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it. Didn't mean to put you to work, but Uranus retrograde wants us to get real. It's a time to face our fears and change the things that aren't working so we can become who we really want to be. This is true both personally and globally, which I think is great. Except with all those other retrogrades, I could see that becoming like, well, we want that, but how are we going to do it? I think it presents an opportunity, but I think it could be an opportunity for more frustration. I don't know. What do y'all think? Okay, Madiha Ness, A wants to know, go fishing at the river or the ocean? Well, yeah, definitely. Two kinds of fishing. Which would be better for A river, the ocean? Honestly, are you sure you want to go fishing? I guess I'm leaning toward the river, but I'm not really feeling the fishing at all. I mean, not like anything bad's going to happen or anything, but there it is. Okay, Maya Barnes, what beings or spiritual guides do I have watching over me? And I believe that can change from moment to moment, day to day. But right now, what I can tell you is ancestors and loved ones in spirit who really want you to succeed and specifically might be pushing you towards some kind of education. Just saying. Oh, Joanne Ellis, you are so kind. Thank you. Martha, I think my mom has memory issues because of anxiety and stress. I do too. It's a vicious cycle, right? Because then you get anxious because you're not remembering. Right? And there are people, I mean, that's the thing, as we get older, look around the virtual room of those of us approaching a certain age, something's going to happen to each one of us and we don't know which one, we try to know, but, anything can happen. So it's an anxiety producing thing. How will age affect me? That's the question for all of us, right? Reaper TV, so good to see you. I am well, thank you so much. I was looking for one more business partner investor for Pegman. Will I be able to meet such a person? And you need it. You need that. And yes, and it's not even will I be able to. It's you must not stop until you do. You will and you must. There it is. Oh my goodness, Joyous Ocean. Joyous Ocean, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Today's question, there are two people I'm speaking to, Guy A and Guy B. Any hope of a fun future with either or both at the same time? Because why not? Okay, seriously. Guy A? I have red flags on Guy A immediately. And I think it's fine to pursue and see, and I can be wrong. You don't want to blow up a potentially good relationship because I pulled a bad card. But you do want to keep an eye, and the thing you want to keep an eye on with guy A is he really respectful of women? Is he really? That's what we want to know. Guy B. I don't love either of these. I'm going to tell you. But with guy B, the question, okay, there is a question about matters in the bedroom and how that would go. I'm just saying. There's also a question like, are there addiction issues? Are there mental health issues? And this could, like this card could go either way. This could be a relationship that could be very healing and very good, so maybe. But it could also be that he's got to be the center of attention. So there's that. But the larger question is like, do we see you finding anyone soon? Well, you're looking and that's good. So keep looking, and see where this goes. Oh, Janine, you wanted to know what deck this is. This is Connolly Tarot. A table for one. Diana, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. I have too many ideas and can't get focused and productive. How can I narrow things down, choose wisely, and finally move forward instead of just spinning my wheels? Well, yeah, huh? This is not easy. Man. You have to honor all the projects. If all the projects don't feel honored, you won't be able to do any of them. So have boxes or folders or files or something for all the projects so the projects know that they're going to get done. I know this sounds silly, but you have to do that first. These are all the projects in my mind. And then you can say, this is the one that makes sense now, and I'll do that. And then the other projects won't be upset because they know their time will come. All right. AP, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Will my travel and food YouTube channel be as successful as I want it to be? It sure can be, and you can build a great community. It sure can be. Summertime fun, nice to see you. Why did he send me a message today? How did he feel about my attitude during our conversation? Well, he sent a message because he has an interest in your attention. How did he feel about your attitude? He's not easily dissuaded. He wants what he wants and he doesn't really care about your attitude. That's how it shows up to me. Jazzy, nice to see you here. Nalini, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Nalini, you're up next. Danielle, I just figured out who you are. I just want you to know that. I put you together with yourself. I just want you to know that. And Diana, thank you. Everybody sighs heavily when they read for me. I'm so sorry. And no, it's not silly, right? But you know what? Okay. Nalini, you're up next. But I just have to say, when I'm giving personalities to the projects, I am realizing that I am a lot more of an animist than I thought I was, because I've been recognizing this in the past couple of days. I've been like, oh my gosh, maybe I really am an animist and didn't know it. Because I've been fiercely I'm not an animist, I'm not. But now I'm thinking maybe I am. So, self-discovery at 60, here it is. All right, Nalini, here's your question. And again, thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. If there's still time, there is. My question is, should I let it go? Yeah, let it go. Let it go. Summertime fun. Thank you for asking the clarifying question. That's fine. Oh, definitely in a romantic sense. I see it as in a romantic sense. He wants your attention romantically. Definitely. But, I mean, is it romantic, like, I want to be with you, or is it sexual, like, I want to be with you, you know? Or both. Like, I'm not sure the nuance on that, but it's definitely romantic. All right. Rosie Telser, nice to see you. I've applied for 3 jobs. The first one I've already been told yes, but I'm not sure. The second one I like, and the third one I would like more. Which would be best for me? So assuming that you would be offered everyone, like this, I'm not reading on will you be offered everyone. Assuming you were offered everyone and you had to choose between the 3. I will tell you which job you would like the best and would be the best for you. Oh, thank you for your feedback, Summertime Fun. That's good. I'm glad to help. That's why I'm here. I hope you have a great week too, and I hope you come back, and I hope you subscribe and like this video. All right. So, the first one you've already been told yes, but you're not sure? Yeah, I see why you're not sure. It would be an okay job. You could do it, but it would be problematic. You're right. The second one you like, how would that one go? The second one would be a good job for you. The second one would be good. Do we think you'll be offered that job? Quite possibly. So I said I wasn't going to do that, but I just did because I figured out how to do it. Sometimes I have to really figure out what my approach is going to be. The third one, you think you would like more. Okay, the third one, how would the third one be? You think you would like it more because they're better at selling themselves to you. You would not like that one more. The second one, I think, is the better job for you. Just saying. First one's not terrible, but it gets terrible pretty quick. I like the second job for you. And good luck. Ah, Joyce Ocean, you just got on the train. You did miss your reading, and it was lengthy. Summertime Fun, thank you so much. Hope to see you soon. That's great. Maria Baresi, I did absolutely get to you. Kelly K, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Oh, Jackie Masters, I missed you. No. I knew you were here, too. How the hell did I do that? Okay, looking back, there you are. What, thank you. And thank you for being a member, and thanks for your patience. What do I have to be aware of this September, and how do I navigate it? I love that. Be aware of your schedule, time management, and the particular anxieties you have as relate to time. And try to undo that. Change your relationship with time. I feel like you have anxieties. There's not enough of it. There's too much of it. This will take too long. This won't take long enough. Whatever that is, this should have happened already. Whatever it is with time, that's what you want to work with in your head in September. All right. And thank you. And anyone else I miss? So Renata, I recommend the channels of the people who come here, of course, which is Tarot with Caro, and Bianca Tarot also comes here. Of course I love Benabel, of course. Are there other tarot channels that I really love? I don't know. Let me think about that. Oh, you like the second one too. Okay. All right, from my perspective, I've gotten to everyone. If I accidentally missed you, I'm so sorry. Please reiterate. If you're here and you haven't asked a question, it is last call for readings, y'all. I want to remind you all that we have our members-only live stream this Tuesday. The link is already up. It's 7 p.m. Eastern Time. If you are a member, please try to join us. It's going to be great. What else? I'm available for readings. If you look in the description, you'll see a link to book readings and a link to learn about StarCon. Do both. I want to say a special thank you to everyone who's helped out with Super Chats and Super Stickers. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. And enjoy your weekend. Be good, stay safe, have fun. And thank you so much for being part of our community and spending some time with us today. Be good.